Welcome back to Giant Monster Games! We're playing some more Favorable Fairies today, and we have the Prairie Stream problem once again. We're going to keep this opening hand, because it's actually a pretty good opening hand, but again, as I was saying before, Prairie Stream as a land that comes into play untapped if you have 2 or more basic lands, not very reliable, especially because we have another basic land, and Quest for the Gravelord. What is that? Okay, so it's whatever a creature dies, put a counter on it, remove 3 counters on it, sack it, create a 5/5 black zombie. So I'm assuming we're playing against an Aristocrats deck. So it would be my assumption. I mean, if we wanted white, we could go this way. I think we're gonna play the Prairie Stream, and then just run it to our opponent. That's all we're gonna do. It's easy. It's an easy beginning of the game, beginning of the video. Playing some Prairie Stream. Yes, I have changed my shirt. It's a different day. I'm recording on an entirely different day, which means I had to reset up a bunch of stuff. Hey, Blood Artist. I smell Aristocrats. The most Aristocratsy of Aristocrats decks. I actually really like playing Aristocrats decks, by the way. They're interesting because you're doing all kinds of other like weird things to try and get in like advantage in the game, rather than just like swinging for your opponent's face nonstop. Faerie Miscreant. That's a thing. I guess at this point, the question is it better for us to hold up negate? Aristocrats don't have very many non-creature spells, or is it better to just run down the second Prairie Stream, throw down a Faerie Miscreant? I think it's gonna be Faerie Miscreant. Because Aristocrats don't play a whole bunch of non-creature spells, it's kind of not really that worth it for us to hold up negate. I mean, not turn 2 when we could get technically a threat on the table. So that's going to be our plan of attack, the game plan. Okay, opponent, not missing their land drops, plays another Quest for the Gravelord. That is going to be scary. And it's any creature, by the way. It's not just whenever a creature he controls dies. Oh, there goes a bunch of stuff. I could probably yield to all of these things, to be honest. Don't need to be responding to Quest for the Gravelord. Not really. I mean, at one point I might, but right now, definitely no. And then same with Blood Artist. I know what Blood Artist does. Not going to respond to it. Not going to respond to it yet, I should say. And that is, well, that's the thing. That's the thing. I wonder if it's like a mono black. Ooh. I mean, by the way, just saying, oh yeah, they don't run a whole lot of non-creature spells. Well, there's a non-creature spell. Okay, I think what we're going to do is we're going to run down... I think we run down the plains, and then we're going to play Midnight Haunting on our opponent's turn. I think that's what it's going to be. Obviously, we can hold up negate as well in this situation. So, yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. So, our opponent's getting all the land drops. Four lands in a row. Very nice. We could actually... He has 1 card in hand. I kind of want to just negate that. I would rather our opponent not gain advantage in the form of cards. Even if he's going to lose life, he's already gained life, so... I think us countering that is actually probably more beneficial to us and more detrimental for him. And now we're going to make all our land drops as well. Come on. Obviously, we can't play Midnight Haunting, but Midnight Haunting would have been the good option if we would have had the ability to do that. I think the nose knows what we need to do, so I think it's going to be... Oh, I should have played down Faerie Conclave. Oh, well, too late now. So it's going to be play the Cloudfin Raptor. And then I think it's going to be just play Midnight Haunting on our opponent's turn. And then we'll play Favorable Wings on our turn, blah, blah, blah. You guys get the plan. You guys know what's going on. You guys get it. So yeah, this is what we're doing. This is a slow grinding game. It's the first game of the day. First, I mean, you can see if I show you, my coffee is almost completely full still. I've barely gotten there. Oh, Hypnotic Spectre. That's bad. So it makes us discard cards. So whenever it deals damage to a target opponent, that player discards a card at random. Random equals scary. Actually a pretty good card. I'm surprised it doesn't see more play, especially in budget decks. By that, I'm saying I don't know why I don't play it in more of my budget decks. I don't know. I have to look into that now. I jammed the 1 button. Should have played that. That sucks. Well, I think what we're gonna do is run down a Favorable Winds, and then we are going to swing in. I think with the no, we can't swing with the Raptor. He's just gonna block it and kill it. Huh. Well then. Well then, neat days, neat things. Go to our opponent's turn then, and when he swings it with the Hypnotic Spectre, we're just going to put it, you know, back on top of our opponent's library. That is going to be the plan. Going to be the plan, Sam. He hasn't had enough removal stuff to actually, like, kill off things, it seems like. I feel like he needs more... Oh, another land. It feels like he needs more removal to actually get the Grave Titan Quest for the Gravelord up and running. Well. Two options here. One, we could bounce our own guy. Oh, no, we can't bounce our guy. Yeah, I guess we don't really have a response for that. Goodbye. Thanks for coming out. Opponent has more removal than we do. It's very annoying. Okay. Yes, always yield. So, this is the thing. This is the thing that's going on here. So, Aristocrats definitely is a good deck against us. Also, we haven't drawn any of our threats. We have both of our Azorius Charms in hand. So I'm assuming he's going to swing at the Spectre. We're going to put it on top of his library. Yeah. You put target attacking block creature. You. Blue and white. And put it on top of your library. Whoop. Gone. Hello. Goodbye. Neat. Prevent us from having to discard a card. Literally, we play a card. We get to choose the card we're going to use rather than just take damage and stuff. Well, that's a thing. I could, in theory, just make this a Faerie swing for 4? And then Azorius Charm him again? I guess. Why not? Let's do that. Let's make him a Faerie. Here we go. Making a Faerie. If our opponent doesn't... Oh, I guess he's not going to play. So we're going to play Midnight Haunting on our opponent's turn. We also have Azorius Charm up and running if we need it. So go to combat. Swinging in 4/3 in the air with a Faerie. Going to our opponent's turn. Need to play some Midnight Haunting. Should have played that a while ago. Obviously, I had the opportunity to play that and punt. If I had a punt counter, you know, on the live streams, I usually have a punt counter like somewhere over here. Where my actually, I think it was up here actually originally. I think we're gonna move it though. Yeah. So punt counters are a thing that happens when you're playing Magic the Gathering, especially when you're playing on the computer. When you're playing in paper, it's a lot. Actually, you know what? There are different types of punts. The punts you make in paper Magic versus the punts you make on MTGO are just two different things. They're very different things. Because the kind of punts you make when you're playing on MTGO are like fumbling keys and skipping through steps, where the kind of things you make when you're playing paper, we're going to play Midnight Haunting by the way, are forgetting triggers. Because MTGO like prompts you every single time. There's a trigger that says, hey, there's a trigger, you need to do this. Where on, ooh, that's exciting. Can we play both of those? I think we can. So what, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3? Yeah. I think we're just going to go for that. Why not? So we make this guy into a Faerie. And then we play down... Do I play this guy yet, or do I wait till he decides he wants to block? I think we just wait until he wants to block. So we go attacking with everything. And then we're going to try and do the jump scare with Scion of Oona. We could always technically as well put him back on top of his own library. Ooh. Oh, so he's not going to block. Which means he's probably thinking that he's going to get the jump on us with this. So I think we just do the damage and we're going to aim to bounce his guy. Unless he does decide to block. Is he blocking? He's not blocking. Okay, then we're going to hold up Azorius Charm and we're going to put this guy back on top of his library. He's probably aiming to try and make us discard a card. It's going to be the idea. So let's see. I'm okay with that. Let's keep it going. Keep the ball rolling. See if our opponent does say anything to us. No, opponent does not talk to us. And okay, so he's going to go to his combat phase. He's probably going to swing in. And again, we're just going to bounce it to his hand. Boop. Go flick off the page. Put a target attacking creature. Top of its own library. There you go. Utility. I was actually thinking that if we were getting too low on life, we could have used this actually to get some life. But you know, bouncing creatures is always good. Always good. And now, second Faerie Conclave. That's interesting. I think at this point we make this guy into a creature. And then we're just going to swing. We're just going to go attacking. The opponent's waiting to respond. If he has a way of actually responding, like go for the throat or, you know, Murderous Cut. Probably wouldn't have Murderous Cut. Likely have, what is it, Black, Victim of Night. Probably. I mean, I don't see, See, these are the kind of fumbles you make on MTGO. You forget to go to combat. Super frustrating. Super frustrating. Not the end of the world, but super frustrating. Another Hypnotic Spectre. I mean, could have got in for what? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Could have got in for 8 damage. Sad day for me. It's okay, we're gonna run down the Oona of... what is it? Scion of Oona right now. So we're gonna play this guy because he has Flash. Because we should, and we could. And super misplay on my part. Mind you, it means we also have double fairies when we attack next turn, assuming we don't draw into anything more relevant. What do we have that's relevant? Oblivion Ring, I think it's the only thing that's relevant right now because it can get rid of a Hypnotic Spectre. This is also pretty relevant. This is actually way more relevant than Oblivion Ring because it's going to make all these guys 3/3s. And then I guess we make a fairy? So we don't have enough to make both of them fairies, unfortunately. But we do have enough to make one. Go to combat, swinging with everything this time, remembering to actually attack. Not hitting as many keys. That's the name of the game. Don't hit as many keys. Okay. How does our opponent want to block? It's a scary day for him. What is it? Is it lethal? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It is lethal. So basically you can block one thing. Block one thing and prevent himself from dying. So that's a thing. Okay, opponent decides, nope, not going to have a response. Doesn't have anything in hand to go to next game. Or goes next turn, by the way. Okay, so what do we need to take out? Negates are pretty lackluster. The Dispel coming in is a good idea. The Vapor Snag is also lackluster. Condemn. I think Condemn is actually going to be pretty good here. Just because we can put target creature. It's attacking creature, so obviously it's going to be whatever he's attacking in with again. Mind you, I don't think he's aiming to do the attacking thing so much. The other option is also Disenchant, but we haven't seen enough stuff with Disenchant. Negates are not terrible, by the way. I could use them to counter his removal stuff, but I think this is actually probably going to be better. And then Oblivion Ring stays in because it can allow us to target stuff. What comes out? I kind of think taking out a Thunderclap Wyvern is not needed. I think we can leave him in, is what I'm saying. I would take out... Quickling seems really good. Spellstutter Sprite seems good. Midnight Haunting seems good. Maybe... It's a hard decision. I think we actually take out a Judge's Familiar. Again, most of his stuff is costing... Again, he's only in black. And most of his stuff is going to cost 2 mana to drop. Minus the Spectre, but the Spectre can't be, bounced. But all of the stuff that is going to remove stuff is like 2 drops. So... no real point in having Judge's Familiar as, having more of them in the deck, because we can always pull them out, and because they're not going to target stuff. We're likely not going to use them. This is a pretty solid keep. I think this is a solid keep. I mean, obviously, this guy doesn't interact with either of these guys, so that's a thing. It's a thing to keep in mind, but I think it's not bad. Pardon me. Got to clear my throat. Quest for the Gravelord again. I don't know if this... I mean, I guess if you're in, a Aristocrats build... then yeah, this card can be good. But I often think that this card is just too slow. Having to reliably have 3 creatures die is 50-50. Especially when you're in black and you have potentially better turn 1 plays. Yeah, that's a misplay on my part. There you go, guys. Misplay number 2. The misplay was I should have played Cloudfin Raptor, so when I play Judge's Familiar next turn, it gets a +1/+1 counter. Because this guy has Evolve, for those that don't know what Cloudfin Raptor does. He has Evolve, which means whenever another creature enters the battlefield under our control, if it has greater power or toughness than Cloudfin Raptor, then it gets a +1/+1 counter. So because it is a 0/1 when we play Judge's Familiar, it's bigger, therefore Cloudfin Raptor would have got a counter. Also, playing Judge's Familiar means, he's not going to... Unless he decides he's going to path it right now... Well, I say path. He's actually going to, push Fatal... he probably does not have Fatal Push in the deck. It does not make sense to run Fatal Push in a mono-black deck because you want to be able to get its added ability. It's not very powerful if it's destroy target 2 converted mana cost thing, where if it's 2 or more, then it gets better. Well, this is an interesting situation. I guess we... Which way do we go here? I think the plan's going to be play the planes, and then play the Misspell, well, go to combat. I mean, we have double favorable winds, which is really nice. But I think getting Raptor down this turn so we can then swing with favorable wings next turn is probably better. Marginally better. I mean, it's technically more damage this way. Because, yeah, so it's technically more damage. The math, by the way, the math for people that are wondering is if we play Cloudfin Raptor this turn, then he can attack next turn. So, yeah, when you play Favorable Wings next turn, you're attacking with both creatures, not just one. Where if you play Favorable Winds now, you attack for 2, and then next turn you attack for 2 again, unless you play a second one, which seems weird. Where this turn we attack for 1, and next turn we attack for 3, so we're actually getting 4 damage in over 2 turns, rather than... I guess it's actually going to be the same. Oh no, it's you attack for 1, attack for 2, 3. Yeah, I guess it's going to be the same either way. I think if Cloudfin Raptor wasn't a 0/1, it would be different. So, it's the plan. That is the plan. The other option technically is to play Scion of Oona, giving him a counter. Don't really think that's the best game plan. I think it's going to be Favorable Winds. Favorable Winds. Also see what we draw. That's the other thing. Depending on what we draw another Scion of Oona. That's the thing, I guess. And let's run down to Favorable Winds and then swing to our opponent's face. Let's go for it. Favorable Winds. I feel like I don't say that card name very well. Favorable Winds. I feel like I keep saying Favorable Wings, as in like the wings are what's favorable, but it's the winds. It's my Canadian accent that makes it sound very weird to me. Maybe it doesn't sound weird to you guys. Maybe you guys are like, that's exactly how you're supposed to say it, Adrian. And I'm like, so I feel. Okay. Now, our opponent needs to start getting engine up and going, otherwise we're going to start swinging in for a lot more. I mean, 3 in the air every single turn is kind of obnoxious. I mean, he needs to get stuff, especially because he has double Quest for the Gravelord. Double of these things. I mean, I guess. Okay, so there's the go for the throw number 1, which is fine. Means he gains life, gets some grave counters, quest counters. They're the quests. They're quests, which is kind of fun. I just like the word quest. I feel like Magic should incorporate more quest-type cards. Even if they have nothing to really do with questing. So that's, I think it'd just be cool. I have the right to have my own opinion on things, guys. Okay, come on. So he's not going to swing in for anything. Technically, we could have sacked Judge's Familiar to make him pay 1. Again, it doesn't really matter. Ooh. Thunderclap Wyvern is very cool. So cool, in fact, that I think we're going to play it. I think we just play it right now, actually. Why not? Just play it. Get it down, swing for 3/3 in the air. And then we're going to start playing other things like Scion of Oona, other cool stuff. Yeah, I mean, swinging in with flyers is really fun. Especially because we're doing more damage than he's currently doing with his Aristocrats build. I mean, if he has an engine, if he has some kind of, really strong engine, then sure. But he just doesn't seem to. So, especially because we're just like, we don't care. We're just going to go in the air. Go in the air. Constantly, in the air. I guess the other option technically could have been we play Scion of Oona. Actually, maybe not. I think this is fine. We could have played Scion of Oona this turn. Swung on for 2. Oh, another one. Ouch. That's just bad draws. That's called bad variance. Mind you, I don't think I would play 4 of this in the deck. Target player sacks a creature. Okay. Sack the Judge's Familiar, I guess. So he gets a bunch of counters. Gains a bunch of life. By a bunch, I mean 1. He gains a life. A singular life. And we still have a 3/4 flyer. Our clock is still technically faster. And we can either, if we draw land, we can play 2 things. If we draw something else, technically we can still play 2 things. That's a thing. Do we play 2 things, though? It seems like he's going all in on the, like, constantly dropping creatures plan, so why don't we just run down this guy. Run down the Scion of Oona. I'm probably pronouncing this really bad. Scion of Oona? I think that's how you pronounce it, though. Seems like it. Gonna evolve, and then I think we'll just go to combat, swing, and then next turn we're gonna just do the same thing. Play with stuff. Go attack. Attack with all creatures. Go! Chip to our opponent's turn. We're no longer doing the control game. We're now doing the try and rush our opponent down to the 0 life total game. As in, we're trying to get him to 0, not us. I don't really want to get 0 life total. I mean, that means I lose. So we're going for our opponent. So read the bones. Ooh. That would have been what I would like to counter if I had counter magic in my hand. Just because he has to, he's going to, like, he has 1 card in hand, so he's going to fill his hand back up. So getting more cards, always good. Especially if you're our opponent. If it was for us, it would be even amazing. Even more amazing. So, yes. I think what we're going to do next turn probably is instead of running down another Scion of Oona, if we draw land, for the record, if we draw land, we're going to play land and then play both these things. If not, we're going to probably run down Favorable Winds. Because it'll give all these guys +1s, which is good. Playing this guy doesn't benefit Cloudfin Raptor. Oh, our opponent scoops the match! He can't handle the heat. Can't handle the favorable winds. Until next time, though, my name is Adrian, this is Giant Monster Games, and don't forget to game like a giant monster. Thanks for watching the videos here on Giant Monster Games. If you want to support the channel directly, we now have a Patreon page which you can go and become part of the broader Giant Monster Games community. Additionally, if you want to see some other awesome videos, you can click right here or right here.